It's coming for us. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It can be a magical time of the year and also a stressful time too. But is that stress self-inflicted? Take this clip from the TV show The Middle as an example.
Just wanted them to have a heartfelt Christmas, to appreciate the orange.
What's the orange?
The orange in the stocking. The depression. Your mom got an orange. She was really grateful.
Oh, God, that? You get oranges year-round now. Who cares?
I care! I care! I care!
She always flips out at Christmas. I think she gets too excited.
Oh, is that it? Too excited. Yeah, that we can justify the flip that way. We care about the details like that meaningful orange in the stocking, but it's possible to get so wrapped up in the small stuff we forget to enjoy the season. Psychotherapist Cindy Chia is joining me with ways for women to set appropriate expectations for the holidays. Cindy, it's so good to see you.
You too.
And I'm really sincerely grateful we're having this conversation so early. In fact, one of our producers is like, we're talking about this now. And I thought, yes, and for good reason, because we can get ourselves mentally prepared before it happens. So women watching, here's what I know. They do appreciate the details.
Yes,
they do want to do
do
the little extras, but you say sometimes we take it too far.
Yes, I think we do take it so far. Like the clip, right? Like the orange, no one really cares.
Yeah.
No one really see it.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we're so stressed about the little detail, it takes us away from being present. And it also takes us away from the meaning of it. Like she had to explain like the depression, like we have to talk about it, right? But a lot of people don't even notice it because I don't know if this is a general knowledge thing, but a lot of the time when you think about details, you don't remember the details. You remember how you feel in that moment and time. So Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, like how did you feel last year during Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, that's a Mother Teresa quote, I believe. They'll never remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So you're saying ask that of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. The details don't matter, but how you felt during those gatherings or during those activities and during those seasons is what that matters.
We always hear the word expectation when we talk about holiday stress or holiday execution. And you say this is a good time to really look at your expectations.
Yes. I think managing expectations are so important. Sometimes I think movies really ruined us because when you look at a beautiful Christmas family reunion, it's always like perfect, tablescape and all of that, and people behave very well and things like that. But in reality, that rarely happens. So when we manage our expectation, we have to remember this season's not just about us. So yes, maybe it is important for us and maybe we want everything to look perfect, but maybe John, our cousin, had a trauma that happened, 2 years ago during Christmas time. And that maybe he might be feeling something off about Christmas. Like everyone has different feelings and different expectations of that. So I don't want to say lowering expectation, but like managing them to more realistic picture can be very helpful. Helps you with stress too. Like you don't want to be stressed out during dinners, right? Or celebrating it with your loved ones because it takes you away from being present, being with your kids, being with your spouse, being with your loved ones.
It's a great reminder. I also appreciate the example you use because it illustrates at least my desire and my priority to put people first. Like you reference Cousin John or, my kids, my husband, my parents. Am I pouring my energy into that or am I pouring my energy, now we'll always refer to the orange in the stocking, but how the table looks or how the presents are wrapped. Like where is my energy going and does that align with who I want to be as a person?
Exactly.
We hear delegation a lot too in this conversation. And what I love about where you're angling our thoughts toward this word is that we can also delegate details, like not just the big stuff, but the little stuff that feels extra. We can ask for help in that too.
Yeah. So in my household, I'm the detail person.
You're it?
I'm it. I'm
High
it.
five.
I'm the
High
person.
five for the detail girls.
The decoration has to be perfect and everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
But I delegate. So my dad is here in town during Halloween usually, so he puts up stuff. So I will like order him and then he will put up stuff. My mom will do the cooking and my partner will mostly do like the list, the guest list and things like that. So you don't feel like you have to do everything alone. And when you express that need and express that, wanting help, people are usually very good about that. In my household, I'm the only one who cares about decoration. So I'm the one who takes charge of it. I don't expect other people to do that.
That's not going to be their job because they don't care as much as you do.
Exactly.
And that leads to your next piece of advice, which I think is a worthy one, especially now. Here we are, 2 months, 10 weeks out from Christmas, and that's kind of the big holiday that I think brings on sometimes more stress than it should. But you say now is the time to actually identify your reason. Like, why am I going to do what I'm going to do these next many weeks?
Yes, exactly. But a good question to ask also is, when we do these things, what are we trying to prove? Are we trying to prove that we're perfect? Are we trying to show something that we're not? Or are we trying to, I don't know, like prove something else that we're insecure about, right? So I think it's important to put that on the forefront and be like, okay, if focusing on the meaning, right? So like Christmas, why does it mean so much to me? What does it mean to me? And I can spread that joy by being realistic with my expectation and delegating and all of those stuff.
Finally, you want us to maybe at this point in the year, pre-season, look ahead to our social media use and see how we might change that over the next 3 months.
Yeah, so social media, remember, social media is curated. People only post like really beautiful things and happy things, which is great. We also don't want to read a lot of, sorrow stories too. So it's a balance, but we also have to remember that social media is curated. People only post what they want. So if you see somebody's having a great time with their family, you don't really know what goes behind the scene either. Maybe they just had a fight, right? Or maybe they had a hard time or stressful, or like they lost somebody. So there's a lot of things that we don't know behind the social media picture. So I think it's important to realize that and not to compare them. I know it's easier said than done.
True.
Right?
True.
Because when you see someone's houses are like so pretty and you're like, I want that too. I want that 12-foot Christmas tree too.
But maybe if you know you're going to fall in that trap, now's the time to maybe curate your own social media feed accordingly, or even take a little bit of a break and dial back. I know I've fallen into the trap in past years of having all my presents ready to go until I see what someone else shares or an idea someone else has, and it's not necessary. And so maybe I get ahead of that now. I think that's worthy advice.
Right. It is. And get ahead now and just kind of plan for it. Budget. Budget's important. I feel like sometimes we go over budget over little details too. So budget is important, and then time. I feel like a lot of us fill in everything. Every weekend there's something. We're gonna see the lights, the train or whatever. Like just so many things. Manage that now. Plan that ahead of time so that we know when is a good break. Take a break from that too. And also when you're too stressed out going everywhere every time. It takes you away from the true meaning.
That reason again. Cindy, thank you. Great advice. Where can we hear more from you, friend?
Yeah, so Instagram is a great place to reach me. My handle is Cindy M. Chia, CINDYMCHIA. I do talk a lot about mental health stuff and also managing holidays expectation in the months to come.
I do think it's a very well-timed conversation. So thank you for bringing it to our stage today. You can go to our website, studio5.ksl.com, for more on this topic, and it's one we're committed to continuing to discuss over the coming months, because we do, as Cindy mentioned, want to remember the reason and remember our why. So you'll also be able to find fun ideas and projects there that we promise will be simplified and doable as we ease into this holiday season together.